Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about how you can have a successful online teaching business outside of online teaching platforms. There are a lot of online teaching platforms that people know about, like Outschool, Allschool, online teaching platforms that are for kids in China. You want to establish yourself outside of these platforms because these platforms have full control of you once you're on their platform. They control all of the student emails, all of the student contact information, and they control what you can and can't do on their platform. If they don't want to approve one of your classes, they don't have to. If they think that your content is not what they want on their platforms, then you can get in trouble. And they can ban you from their platforms. And who wants the stress of thinking that you might get banned if you make a mistake or if you show up late to a class? So that's why I highly recommend starting your own teaching business on the side, just in case something happens, you feel secure, like you have something going for you. Here's how I would recommend doing that. First of all, find out what type of classes you want to teach or what type of classes you're already teaching that are doing really well. And then figure out what types of kids you need to be targeting for those classes. For example, if you are teaching yoga classes, you want kids that are in sports. So then what I would do is I would start with social media. I would go onto Facebook and Instagram. Primarily Facebook has been really good for me. And instead of running Facebook ads like what most people do, I would actually go into Facebook groups. Try to find groups for kids that are in different activities. Groups for kids that are in gymnastics, groups for kids that are in ice skating, ballet. Join those groups and start promoting your classes there. And that's how you know you're gonna reach the right audience right away. I've been very hesitant with Facebook ads because I feel like I'm paying money and I might not be reaching the right people. But at least with groups, you have a more personalized interaction with people. You can answer people's questions about your programs in the group, and there's a little bit more credibility because they see you, they see your profile, they see you're a real person, and you can make those type of genuine connections. Also, I recommend hosting through a site like Eventbrite or somewhere that has legitimacy already. They're going to be your payment processor. They're going to be collecting the tickets for your event. When people sign up, they don't have to worry about this being like a sketchy operation. They know that if you're through Eventbrite, it's legit, because if you don't end up hosting the event, they can reach out to Eventbrite for a refund and Eventbrite can help coordinate that. So that's another thing that I highly recommend. So my favorite tip and my final tip is start partnering with individual organizations. There are schools, there are libraries, there are all types of organizations all around the US and even internationally that you can partner with to offer your classes to them. I've partnered with libraries before where they, again, have like a once a month event where it's a special escape room or it's a special activity that I host for the kids, and it's on their activity calendar. The kids can get excited for it and they can sign up for it, and the library will pay me a flat rate to host the event. There's two different types of events. You can work with an organization and have their participants pay you directly, or something that happens way more often is the organization will pay you a flat rate to host that event, and they will be able to bring up to so many participants, and you just host the event and you're paid either beforehand or right after, and you know that whether there's one person that shows up or whether there's 20 people that show up, you're gonna get paid and you're gonna have a blast. So I highly recommend trying to partner with these types of organizations because they can build your credibility, they can give you reoccurring income, you can continue to partner with them for years. They'll always have a need. Really, the goal here is to work with organizations that will always have new kids. And that's why schools, libraries are great, because as kids get older, there will always be more kids that will be going to that school or participating in that library's events. So having those type of relationships is really gonna get you really far. Those are my tips on how to have a successful online teaching business without relying on any platforms to get you students. Subscribe if you wanna see more teaching videos and more real tips on how to be a successful entrepreneur in the online teaching space. Subscribe and like for a cookie. Let's try that again.